Jamming out over there. Let's make this a live one.
Yeah.
Let's make this a live one. All right.
We on?
We on.
All right. What up, y'all? What's going on? You already know what it is. It's your man Fresco Wave in the building. I got my fam, my cuzzo, low key sound bender. Go by
Indeed,
many aliases, but we just gonna call him low key sound bender tonight.
indeed.
You know what I mean? So you know how we kick it, man. Two positive brothers on the positive tip, man. Gonna drop some jewels on y'all tonight. So we definitely
That's
gonna
right.
discuss a few things. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna hit y'all with all angles. So first thing we're gonna get into tonight is we're gonna talk about these schools reopening, opening, reopening in the fall. All right.
Yeah,
So
man.
a lot of y'all know, things are starting to open back up slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing, man. It's a trend in the right direction, but things are looking a little different out here. And
Yeah, man.
I don't know if a lot of y'all saw, but they put out on the news last week. They put out kind of like a plan of what it's going to take for the schools to reopen in the fall. And based on what I've read and what the outline and the guidelines are, it's different. It's
Right,
different.
right.
So, I mean, what's your take on that, fam?
I think that's crazy. How they separate they want to limit the classrooms to like a certain amount. I mean, it's changing the whole dynamic of what school is. I think they should just do a homeschooling anyway. In Georgia, before this whole pandemic, it's free anyway. So I think they should
Mm-hmm.
just consider virtual school anyway. I think it's a lot more tools the children have to utilize, and it just it makes them comfortable. They don't have to deal with anxieties and trying to fit in and all these other actions that sometimes prevent education anyway. So yeah, I'm more for the virtual schooling anyway, personally.
Right.
Pandemic or not, I just feel like virtual school is a whole lot better. So
Yeah. Um. Honestly, man, I'm really like 50. Well, I don't have kids, so I mean, I really don't have a dog in this fight. But if I were to have kids, uh, I would lean toward the homeschooling route. But if for whatever reason we couldn't do the homeschooling route, ah, some of that stuff I'm really not feeling, man. As far as like, eating, they're saying you can't eat lunch in the cafeteria. You
right,
gotta
like
eat
a
lunch in the classroom, and then the tripped out part is they're saying you gotta be the kids gotta be in the same classroom for like the whole day. You know
right,
how it
right,
was back when we was in school. We changed periods and went to different classes and stuff like that. And they
right,
saying that the kids wouldn't be able to do that no more. And I'm just like,
right. It's taking away the whole school experience.
it
I really
is.
think I really think there's just some parents probably calling in to the county government or wherever and trying to
Mhm.
get their kids back in school because they need a babysitter. But
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but that's a real issue though, because you gotta think about it. First off, a lot of these parents, they can't afford childcare, number one. Number two, they work during the day. So they
some
don't.
some of them are working. A lot of them are at home. A lot of them been furloughed and laid off. They
Mhm.
still don't. A lot of them may vouch for wanting their kids to go back so they can sit home in peace. So it's a lot of different variations to it, but for the most part, man, again, virtual schooling to me is a plus.
So you think the virtual schooling is the move?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, man, you know how it was in school, man. It was not easy. You know what I mean?
Uh,
It wasn't even the schoolwork. It was just so much as,
yeah,
dealing with other people and personalities, man. That was one of the reasons I hated school because of the
right,
personalities and people not understanding, you know, people, everyone can just come from different backgrounds. So people can be
right.
very, very brutal, man.
Oh man, yeah. I definitely know what you mean, man. It was like definitely. school was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then you got to think about it. I feel like it's worse for kids nowadays than when we was growing up. Because I mean, when we was growing up, a joker might have talked about you if you ain't had the latest clothes or this, that, and the third. Now you got people, you know what I'm saying? Kids got so much to worry about. They might they'll get on you because you ain't got the latest phone, your sexual orientation.
Right. And you missing the bigger point, man. They're not only that, they do craziness just to film it with their phone. So that to me is like crazy in itself.
Yeah,
like they do things just to film it. They fighting teachers, fighting
you got,
each other.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
Bro, you got little kids out here clout chasing, my guy. Clout chasing at like 11, 12. What the hell are you doing clout chasing at 11 to 12?
That's the trend.
You tripping, boy. You need to
that's the trend.
Into the school books. Y'all out here clout chasing, trying to put it on the gram. First off, my 11-year-old, 12-year-old wouldn't even have an Instagram.
Exactly.
That shit not going down in my household.
Exactly. Indeed. But also let's touch on the one of the main topics. You still remember what that topic is, cuz? Well, I'll kick it. The main topic is, temporary people asking personal questions. Are they looking, the kind of people that's critiquing and trying to compare? Are they asking you these questions because they're trying to bless you or hurt you? For me, I'm like, you come across a lot of people and they ask, your marital status and how many children you have or your job. And I'm like, a lot of these people don't even have the intent of being a friend to you or anything. And a lot of times you can tell them that, and then they'll turn around and kind of look at you with a blank stare. So at that point, it's like, at that moment for me, because I'm an empath, I automatically know, oh, you only asking me this to compare my life with yours, as if how my life is going to do anything for you, and however your life is going to do anything for me. But to me, I'm
the competitive nature.
And I hate that, because you can't, no two people can compare themselves.
That's true.
On anything, you can like something that someone else is doing, but you could do it too. It's just a matter of, are you willing to? Are you bold enough? Are you strong enough? Are you insecure or secure in yourself? So I just despise that. So a lot of times when people ask me things, unless I get a vibe or unless I know them, I tell them whatever they want to know. I tell them the worst stuff to throw them off. And they be like, for real.
So what? You're like tell a person like some creeped out, bugged out shit, like.
Right, like I play on that.
Like you'll be on some, like you'll get on some dark shit, like just cause, like.
Right, I love.
Like you'll come off as a dark individual just to creep them out.
I'm a dark individual anyway. Most people never get. Most people never see that, but for the most part, it's like they'll ask you, and I just kind of play stupid. Almost to the point.
I feel like. But what I'm thinking you probably talking about from the perspective of like being questioned, because it's always a follow-up question. It's like they ask you a question, that's like the feeder question, and then when you answer that question, they follow up with another question. So at that point, you're like, what are you asking these questions for? Like, if it don't have anything.
To me, even the first question is a threat. Like, why? What are you?
Especially if it's random. If it don't have nothing to do with regular casual conversation.
Humans need to worry about themselves, because then you can go to ask them, and they're going to give you a watered down answer about themselves. So why ask somebody? Like, worry about yourself. If you put all that attention of asking another person or being so curious about another person's life into what you doing, you might be somewhere and doing something special with yourself.
So basically, you don't want nobody asking you no questions at all.
I don't, unless it's someone who has a genuine purpose behind it. Like if you're trying to be a friend and you're trying to establish a friendship or relationship, that's understandable. But some people ask you that, and then they kind of give you a blank stare. Like some people will almost bug you and beg you to see a picture of, if you got children or what have you, and it's like they'll ask you
like really trying to get up in your personal biz,
right? And then they'll see the picture, and then they just kind of say like, oh, okay, or and I'm like, and then you don't see them no more, and then y'all don't really have that friendship or connection. I'm like, well, what's the whole point of trying to? Because when you ask those kind of questions, it's almost like you're no. Well, it's like you're trying to. You want to be a friend. To me, those are friend questions. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's true. That's personal. Yeah.
Right. That means you want to be a friend. You want to establish that, but it's became so much of the norm for everyone to be in everyone's business. Some people are just dying to know what you're you're doing, just so they can know and not contribute to nothing.
They probably gonna pass along to the next person just to have conversation.
And then they're gonna bend it, and then they're gonna bend it though. It's not even gonna be exactly what you said. They're gonna add their own little sugar on it.
But here it go though. It's like you can even relate that to social media, where you got people that's on social media like your Instagrams. Motherfuckers don't do shit on social media. They just lurking, trying to see what the tea is, like what the business is. You know what I'm saying?
And on a side note, you got some people searching for people on social media just so they can see their business. They like some people like literally looking for people just to know what's going on. I'm like, man, a lot of these people got lives, they got husbands, they got wives, they got children. Worry about them. Why are you worried about someone else?
It's folks out here who ain't got nothing going on with themselves, and they just looking for the entertainment too.
Yeah,
they just looking for something, something to point out.
They're looking for the entertainment only to critique it and wish negativity. It's never in like, oh man, I pray for that person, man, I want that person.
It's not really. It's never usually with good intent. You know what I'm saying?
True. Like, damn,
or just be like, negative, you know what I'm saying? Or
just be like, damn, I'm glad I ain't going through that, or shoot, I ain't that far off. I ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Only to make themselves feel good. Only to make themselves feel good.
Prop themselves up a little bit, and that's whack, man.
It's super
real
whack,
corny.
Bro.
That's really what the type of people and those spirits that some people just have over themselves. Like, I feel like it can be changed, but I feel like they just have to recognize that in themselves. And today, a lot of people don't know who they are to even recognize that type of people.
A lot of people are afraid of themselves. That's why they look external. They seek external things to avoid what's internal. So they don't want to know. They don't want to face the person in the mirror. So a lot of time people present this persona that's not even real about themselves, but trying to find the unreal in everyone else.
And I feel, and that's why a lot of people do that. They once they find something negative about you, they just make them feel better about themselves or confirm or some of themselves. They know that they don't know themselves or they don't like themselves for who they really are.
And some people keep digging until they find something. They can't wait to find something. Like,
if they don't find something, they're gonna create something, or they're gonna hate on you. They're gonna hate you because they can't find that.
And the crazy part about it, all you need is 2 to 3 people that don't like you to agree on not liking you.
Of course, that's how
they can create a lie and make a whole building believe it because them 3 people don't like you. And a lot of times when people don't like you, they're not content with just them not liking you. They want to encourage other people not to like you too. Like if I don't like if me and Joe don't get along because me and Joe had a little exchange. But Joe ain't comfortable with that. Joe wants Susie, Alexis, and everyone not to like me because of what they flowing through. And that's why I feel like grown people should never be influenced by another grown person to dislike or like another person.
You can't say grown people. You gotta say just people and just anybody, because that starts as a child. That's something you grow up with. You know what I'm saying? There's children out there being the same way.
Well, only reason I say adults, because that crazy. Truth be told, that's going on in workplaces, bro. And so we dealing with grown people who teaching their children differently. You dealing with grown people who's teaching their children not to be that way, who's doing that, and a lot of them are older than us.
And Sal, what you got to understand is this. I understand you saying children should look at it as well, but you gotta figure, man. Children and kids, they're a little bit more impressionable. So they tend to just go, sometimes they tend to just go along with stuff.
I wouldn't say children, I say teenagers.
Okay, let's not say children, let's say
teenagers. Let's say teenagers. But you also started as, I say middle school, teenage, you started to be around, and as you guys know, when y'all was coming up, it was different groups of people who felt different groups. You know what I'm saying? And me, I was the type of person, like, you know, how we was raised, we ain't gonna talk about another person to down somebody just because somebody else saying something. Like, I gotta know the facts, and if it ain't facts, or if you can't talk to that person in front of me and say the same thing, then I'd be like,
Right.
all right, cool. I just can't go off of it because shoot, we
Right.
all lie as human beings. Every human being has lied about something in their life, so ain't nobody exempt
Oh
from
yeah.
changing the truth. You feel what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
kind of like at that point. So even as as children, I'm sorry, like teenagers or youth, you have to make a decision of what you gonna stand for. And if you're not making decisions, then if you not separate yourself from the BS, you're gonna put yourself in the BS, and then you're gonna
Right.
become the BS.
Right.
So it's a
Right.
different. It starts early. It can be anybody, and a lot of people don't even realize they're doing that. Like for real, there's some people who know what they're
Facts.
doing, and there's some people who don't even know that they haters. They don't even know they out here spreading. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And they
Yeah. Some
wonder why
people
they ain't
don't.
got friends.
That's it. Some people don't even realize the intention of the person beside him who are poisonous, who's verbally poisonous, and who wants to slander other people. They don't even understand that that person is using them as a crutch. Because if you give ear to gossip or mess, all you're doing is giving fuel to that person who's talking about it.
What they say about
Right.
misery? What they say about
Lo-
misery?
Loves company. Loves company.
Exactly.
Oh hell
So
yeah.
it's just
True
amazing. So my
story.
thing, I mean, I don't understand what gossip is so juicy and people love it so much. I don't. I've learned that I've felt less stress, less. I felt light on my feet, not hearing other people's garbage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and it'll bite you in the butt. Sometimes you can talk to somebody about something, and then the moment it goes sideways, well, I told you about it. Who you tell? I'm like, well, no one. Who else did you tell? Well, yeah, I know you did. And I'm like, dang, because me, like I'm the person who always try to be I always consider myself sort of a street type of or like a urban psychologist. I always
Hmm.
want to help people and talk to people and try to
That's
figure
real.
and learn the human mind and how they operate. So a lot of times, I would put myself in these predicaments where I would sit there and try to, counsel or be like a little somewhat of a therapist to people and listen to their issues.
That's real.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, they'll do that and you'll give them some friendly advice. And a lot of times they want to get back at the person that it's about. So they'll take and tell them, well, Joe Blow said X, Y, and Z. Well, what Joe Blow know? And it's
So
like,
what?
well,
They try to use your advice for
Against you.
uh, against that person in a
right,
negative way. In a negative
right,
way.
right.
Yeah. They
But
try
but a
to
lot of
flip it.
times, a lot of
They want
times
you
Yeah.
to they want you to be opinionated. They want you to be biased in your
well, they want
conversation.
they want they want confirmation for how they feel. Like if they
Okay,
feel
yeah,
like they're
right.
not wrong,
Hmm.
and then you giving them that ear, it's like making them feel like, okay, I didn't do nothing wrong, even though they could have been the reason why the person has changed against them, you know. But a lot of times when someone is allowed to speak to someone, it gives them a sense of comfort and it gives them confirmation like they didn't do anything wrong. Um, so, when it comes to, I just learned not to do that. I just think it's a safer way to do that. I think and guess what? They're gonna go back to that person anyway. They're gonna spend the majority of their life with that person anyway.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's different. Of course, it's different dynamics to that because you got like corporate setting or work settings, then you got your own personal friendship settings, and then you got have friends. You got different bodies of different friendships and different dynamics, or like even meet new people. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Right.
have all these different dynamics to it, and but it's all the same approach at the same time when it comes to like how you communicate and listen to people and the way that they may try to bring something to you that might not even be direct. It might be indirect. You don't even know that they putting that on you. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you
Right. Right.
listening to
Yeah.
what they going through, and now you got this spirit amongst yourself, and you don't even know how you acting, and then somebody come tell you about
Right.
yourself. If you're not somebody that can take criticism or something, or like you don't be on yourself and you don't know yourself well, you're not gonna take well to somebody trying to critique you and say like, dang, but that was lame what you did, or you shouldn't have did that, or like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying, like such and such, or like if as even that friend sometimes as me, like if we agree about like say for instance me and Sko agree on something about you, something that you did. When
Yeah.
I see you, I'm gonna if I don't want to blow Scope spot up about it, cause I don't want to create no pressure, I'm gonna press you. If I agree with what Scope said, I'm gonna press you about it too. Like, bro, like I feel like this, and this is that in the third because you my boy, you my bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they'd be like, I know you probably don't mean it from that way or that type of harm. You know what I'm saying? You might have
Right.
just, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like from that point. But other than that, like I feel like people just so many yes men and so many people out here that don't want to seem a certain way, but reality that they is, and they don't tell people about themselves. They don't really tell the truth no more because they don't know the truth.
Right.
Like what's real and what's fake.
Right.
That's true. That's true.
Yep.
Man, and another thing, man, y'all stay home, man. Stop trying to get out here in this quarantine stuff, man. I mean, do what you do, but golly.
Oh, okay. Here's my viewpoint on this.
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, come on, bring it. Talk about
Here's
it.
my viewpoint. Okay. If you're gonna be outside, y'all. Like, but you know what I mean, be safe with it. To each his own. I mean, I'm not really and again, I'm not advocating y'all do what I do, but you know, if you're gonna be outside, mask up. You know what I mean. Just take the proper precautions because over this was past Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
For a lot of y'all that don't know, it was a lot of stuff going down. So first off, I want to give a shout out to the 386 Daytona Beach, Florida. It was my home for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? I put out a video that was shared on my timeline, and the shit looked like BCR. Now, again, I'm all for being outside, but that was a little too much. And even me being the type of person that I am, I still don't like large crowds like that. Like, I'm not really a fan of large crowds. A good little area where it's a good bit of people, cool.
Yeah.
But large crowds like that, that's too much for me. I get a little claustrophobic sometimes.
I mean, I don't know. You looking good now. You know, after this quarantine, now everybody moving around. You looking like it now. You back to your element. Before when you was in quarantine, you was like chill. Now you my boy back.
Oh yeah. I
mean, in the mix.
You know, slowly but surely, man. Slowly but surely. You
I'll say this though. I want to give condolences to the people who lost their lives due to the virus, and to those who have gotten sick because of being out there in the public, and
right.
It's still not it's still not safe, and I know people bored at home. They still want to get out there. You gotta be cautious. And you gotta have discipline. You gotta know what's more important. And enjoying your life is important, but even without this COVID, it's a risk. You know what I mean? Even without the pandemic, it's a risk. But just know that nowadays it appears to be a bigger risk. Again, I got my views on the whole deal. I can't say whether it's real or not. I just know people aren't living.
That's a whole nother conversation, though.
For real, and for me, and for me, like I do the essentials. Like I'm not against it, and I'm not for anything. I just do what I need to do. Like if I need to go to the store, I'm gonna go to the store. Like, and then if I feel like pick and choose, I want to go into another store just because I ain't gonna be in there a long time, and I wear my mask and I do my 6, you know what I'm saying, feet or whatever. But I don't stand there long and I get going. Like I go. It's basically like running errands for me, but for the most part, I'm carrying things down.
I'm gonna come back over. Like, but let's look at some of the practices a little bit that people are taking when it comes to going in stores. I know you got a mask. You got the right mask. You know how many people walk around here with bra-made mask?
Oh yeah.
Stock-made mask.
But check it out though.
Regular dust mask. Talking about
me.
And acting like they clean, like they're not gonna catch nothing just because they got.
But listen, and that's another thing. Well, I guess if you're going, if you're gonna wear it, you might as well style it out. You know what I mean?
When you understand what a virus is and how you get it, you can. If it's cloth, it's gonna set in it. If you got clothes on, if you're not taking off your clothes,
you know how many people really don't know nothing about this.
They not ready for that, man. You gotta. We gotta say that for another day. They ain't ready for that kind of talk, man. They ain't ready.
Like everybody
you might be cute, but you sick. You about to get sick though.
Because folks don't even be reading, but they just go off what everybody else saying.
A bra is a bra, not a mask.
Because let me tell you this: even with the mask, you can have the mask, but if you're not sanitary with your mask, it's defeating the whole purpose. Because you got jokers, they'll wear their mask, put it in their pocket, hang it up in the car, just doing all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? That's not sanitary.
Unless you washing that mask every day, all you doing is bringing it home with you.
You know how quick it is to forget what you doing in reference to like moving around and not being sanitary. You can wash your hands.
That's what I'm saying. You don't touch your face. You don't do that.
Or touch a doorknob or something, and then touch your face.
Right.
So like you
gotta do that.
Keyboards.
It's so many. It's so many. Yeah. It's so many ways to be unsanitary.
And you touching your face just on G, like that's just human nature. Like that's what you gonna do.
Because you also even think of it like this: if you don't got your mask on right now, and if I don't got my mask on, and I lick my lips and they get dry, and I lick my lips again, that's unsanitary. My lips is exposed to the open space, so that's why we wipe my lips. Like shoes, your lips, your eyes, it's gonna get in your body because you breathing
your hair.
Exactly. That's what I'm like.
And that's if we dealing with an actual virus. Again, some people don't even know how to keep themselves from getting a common cold. So of course they're gonna listen to bad media about how to take care of themselves and think that it's gonna help them. You got to do a little research. You got to know what you're dealing with. If you're gonna get it, I mean, it's already unsafe in the world anyway. But do a little research.
If you're gonna get it, you're gonna get it.
Yeah, you gotta, sacrifice.
That's what I've been saying since day one.
Sacrifice being stylish for actual safety.
Man, I mean, granted, you can take certain measures to try to prevent it, but something like this, man, I feel like.
So I raise you a question, right? How you just said you can take certain preventives. How many preventives do we take every year for the common cold and the flu, and we still get that
money? None.
Boy, stop. It's all about immune system. You gotta keep your immune system built up and keep the mucus out your system.
That's true. Right. If you're around somebody with the cold, nigga, you might catch it.
Not just that. It's all about, a lot of times certain things you eat creates mucus, and not all mucus comes out of your body.
That's true too.
It just builds up in your body. So
because you gotta look at it like this though.
The spread.
The average person ain't on that type of time. Like as far as like, oh man, I gotta be just the average person. But they not on that type of time.
They better be,
no, they should be. But I'm just saying, I feel like the average person just not on that type of time to be like, oh man, let me build my immune system up. Just
to be honest, today, maybe not in our time and era, but the average person today don't even know how to really read for real. If you think about it, they watch more videos now than actual reading. So it's kind of like to sit down and try to learn something like that. Folks, their attention span goes so fast. So
that's why they got bra mask on.
Right. That's true.
For that reason.
Hey, not the bra mask, bro.
Bro, I saw on YouTube they using old socks to make masks.
Yeah.
And putting
I done seen all kind of weird
coffee filter in there as the filter.
That's crazy.
Hey, I got me a little denim mask, though, you know what I'm saying? But it's covered with the right stuff on the inside. I got the lighter. But where you going there, it's true. I ain't gonna wear no bra mask, though. that ain't coming up there.
Yeah, it's amazing. Trust me, it's amazing.
But shoot, man, we gonna get ready to wrap things up, man. Appreciate y'all rocking out with us. This is what we
everybody
do.
that showed love and chimed in to us, appreciate y'all. It's most definitely appreciated always and forever. Y'all be blessed, be safe, believe in yourself, all that good stuff.
Anything y'all want to plug in right quick before we get up out of here?
Shout out, appreciate the love from everybody, man. That's it for me, for real.
Low key got some things going on. You want to put your plug out, man?
Not yet. We'll do it. Just we'll talk about that. I'll put it probably in the next episode, or they'll see me go live and talk about it. But All
right, that's a bet. Yo, shout out to everybody that rock with the movement, man. It's the Wave, Fresco Worldwide, Low Key Wizard. A lot of things going on, y'all. So just stay tuned, keep rocking with us, keep supporting us, share the content, and again, hug your loved ones, give them their roses while they here, and safe it up, man. And we out this thing.
And one last thing, just know we stand for something positive, and we are the shadows of if you got youth or children coming up, we're here to change the dynamic, So we changing the look of what of excellence supposed to be,
Yeah,
what men supposed to be,
yeah.
especially those of color. So that's our motive. So if you don't rock with us for no other reason, just know we put ourselves out there to show that you don't gotta be like a lot of the other people.
You can be
Exactly.
yourself. You can
That's
be
a
Be
fact.
yourself.
yourself.
And I
That's a
got one more
fact.
thing to add to that, man. R.I.P. that man that got killed by that police officer too, man. That was crazy. I just
Yeah,
wanted to
Yeah,
just
yeah.
yeah,
put that out
yeah,
there too, man. Rest
definitely.
in peace to that man. And as a people, man, we got to do better, man. We got to figure something out. I don't got the answer, Sway, but we got to do something to like, because this is getting out of hand, man. We got to come up and campaign some kind of way because I'm tired of seeing these deaths every day from stuff like this happening, man. Like it break my heart every day. It's like, and I can't even get pulled over without feeling like there might be my last
Yeah,
hoorah. You know what I'm saying? Like I got
yeah.
pulled over the other
Right.
day, and I was panicking, but I was shook a little bit.
Right,
Kind of like, man, I don't know how this finna go. You know what
right.
I'm
Mm.
And
saying?
it
So
and the thing about all that, man, is we shouldn't have to, especially just besides us being just black and African American or whatever, but just people in general, bro. Like we shouldn't have to feel that kind of fear at all. You know what I'm saying? Like just getting pulled over by the people that we pay to protect and serve us, and wondering if, damn, am I gonna make it to the crib? I'm just trying to get home. You did
But
what
you
I'm
know
facts.
saying?
why? It's because we got a lot of those who don't think, who not like us, who do dumb shit. I mean, excuse my French, who do crazy stuff that makes everyone categorize everyone to be that way. So, when you're dealing with someone that's, put you in a hostile situation before, and then you come across someone else, you don't necessarily know if they got tattoos and would look like the description, you're gonna treat them that way. uh, and then ask questions later. Like squeeze first, ask questions last. It's sad, but we got to change how we act. Period. And we gotta all these. We gotta be more than. And it starts with each individual. You can't react when things happen, but then you're not
Yeah.
being a light in your corner. Like us, for instance, we carry ourselves a certain way, but there's a lot of other people out here who, I mean, you can see it
No,
all
I
over
wouldn't
social
say
media.
that. I wouldn't
You can
say
see
that
it on you can
because
see it on social media. You get guys on there holding guns right there on social media going
Of
live.
course that, but just in the day to day or the day to day, it could be anybody. It could be me. Like they're not picking and choosing who they're going after.
Right, because
It's
because
time and place.
you fit the description, and that's based off some of the ones who are out here being ignorant.
That's
You
true, but
know,
I
and
know I fit the description. I fit a
ex-
description.
we all fit a description, and it's because of those who are out there doing ignorant stuff, who might need to be the ones to get locked up. So we got to change a lot of things, um,
Right.
because a lot of those people who are doing craziness, they react when the police do the same things, but they don't realize that they help cause it because of their actions when they do crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And
But
they make everyone afraid. They make
that's
everyone
true.
want
But
to.
it's also people who question the police when it comes to rights and stuff who get tried because they too smart. You
They
could be too
shouldn't
smart and
even
get
go.
tried as well.
They shouldn't even go there. They should be quiet. You know what I mean? Let them do what they do and get out your hair. If someone has the power of doing something and probably getting away with it, you're gonna sit there and try them. Let them check your license and registration and let them be on about their business. Because you can't do it. Some people can do it and get away with it and be all right. But depending on
Yeah.
where you at, especially in the
We
South, you
can't.
don't want to be
The
playing with
the
these.
the
You don't
the
want to
the
play
the,
like that.
the, the thing about it, man, is we definitely can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So I know how I deal with police, man. It's pretty much along the lines of what bro said.
That's
Shut the
real.
fuck up. Hey, here you go. License, like I know the drill. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
let's
Because I
make it
throw them
short and
off
sweet.
anyway. I throw them off anyway. I let all my windows down, turn all the lights on, and hold my license outside of the car. By the time they come to the car, they don't feel no threat. They don't feel like I'm hiding nothing. At that point, it makes them feel like, well, dang, they can't. It changes things. It's been like maybe like a couple, like 3 times I got put over, maybe for just for whatever reason. But I would leave with just a warning, without even a citation, just based off of, you make them feel comfortable enough not to have to feel that they have to use force. Because I mean, it's scary. You know, we may not do nothing, but there's a lot of people that they get in a high speed car race. I mean, it's just a lot going on in the world. You know, we responsible for how we do things, and unfortunately, what we do, it get categorized on how everyone who fits our description does. So we gotta be a light and
That's true.
help
That's one
change
way.
how everyone else is being perceived.
That's definitely a one way to look at it, but it could, like I said, it can really go anywhere with anybody, man. It's just really about just having folks being prayed up and also doing the right things and not really being in situations or putting themselves around situations that could possibly lead them to being and stuff like that. But in this
Stay
day and
straight,
time,
man.
you never know, because Buddy was just jogging. He was just going for a run. He didn't do anything. I don't think he was posing a threat, and it wasn't the police that killed him, but it was somebody who was an
You talking about
enforcer
the
at
boy
some
that went
point.
into like their house they was building?
The dude in Georgia. Yeah.
Yeah, he went into a house they were building, and the guy
Okay.
with the guy had his tools, and he put a camera in there and saw him go in there. I mean, he shouldn't have did that. They shouldn't have killed him, but you shouldn't go on that. You shouldn't go on places you shouldn't go on property. I mean
But that's not justifiable because everybody go on properties and look inside of properties, especially
that
people
that don't make it right though. You
but
don't give people a reason. You don't give that's like giving if someone walk on your property, you gonna say something. You gonna feel a way. So we still got to be smart about things. You know, we can't do certain things and expect people not to have a reaction to it based off of our skin complexion. You know, we got to recognize that people are threatened by that. So you got to make wiser decisions in what you do and not contribute to people's fear already. You know what I mean? But on that note,
Yeah.
we don't want to keep it too long. We're going close to 40 minutes. But
Yeah. But all I can say, man, just stay straight out here, man. Just stay straight. Do the right thing. You know what I mean? And just avoid conflicts, man. And also avoid hanging with people that's gonna put you in some fucked up situations to where, you know, you got this whole thing of snitching going on and all that, man. Avoid all that. Watch your company, man. Watch the people who you keep around you, man. And
right.
that's just some real advice right there. So we out this thing, man. We're gonna catch y'all later in the week. Y'all stay safe,
Peace,
keep it
y'all.
righteous, and we out. Peace.